wrap up of round one. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, and amazingly so. Round 22 in 2010, the last time the two teams won in a weekend. Now, that's way too long for a starters, but it does put a smile on the majority of people's faces in Adelaide.
Let's talk about our mob first, not your mob, and your mob second. It was an absolute blitz at Metricon Stadium. Don't know if you saw it, but it was all over by quarter time.
Well, I did see the first quarter, and I was suitably impressed. And on the back of the pre-season that Adelaide had, you probably expected them to open up well, but probably what did concern me was the Suns' lack of resistance and the way they cut through them.
No Gary Ablett, no Suns, and I thought their game plan was really ordinary. I mean, I think what we saw on the weekend was 75% of the teams play long, direct, get it into your forward 50 as quick as you can. The Suns backwards, slow, boring. They're not going to win games like that, and Guy McKenna's not going to last the season out.
Well, I don't know what sort of deal they've got happening there, but you'd like to think that they could double their wins this year in their second year, get to 6 wins, but certainly their opening round didn't lend itself to thinking that way. But, you know, from the Crows' point of view, you've got to look at the positives of that and everything that rolled in to that first term, 15 scoring shots. I think then you know, that's a mindset issue after that they didn't pull away. But the fact of the matter is that they'll have better opponents and they'll have to live for that.
Kurt Tippett, Taylor Walker, Ian Callanan, 22 scoring shots between the three of them out of the Crows' 42. Tippett should have kicked 7. Walker's going to kick 50 plus this year. I mean, their forward line is now very potent. Jason Porplycia didn't have to play, didn't have to try.
Yeah, good on you, Porps. Yeah. But look, that is so true. And Callanan, I just hope that he stays in one piece because he's been, you know, a great story, 29 years of age and all the rest of it, but he deserves his chance without injury to prove that he can do it at AFL level, and he can.
A couple of other good signs for the Crows. Daniel Talia at centre-half back.
Yeah.
Might have been in a fight with Sammy Shaw for that spot. Gee, get his best game, and Benny Rutten held up as well. So no one really hurt. Henderson probably misses a week with concussion, but no injury as such. So they're going along very nicely. The Bulldogs this weekend's another game they should win.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Bullies, watching their game against West Coast, were competitive for 2.5 quarters. You know, 5 points of difference in that third term, then suddenly the West Coast, bang, blew them away. Sort of says that maybe Bullies are going to be a bottom 8 team.
We're a happy team at Alberton.
We're a happy team at Alberton, yeah. I'm not sure that's our song, but look, it's amazing. 4 points either way. And I said, how would we be talking about this game had they lost by 2 points? And there were some, you know, very pertinent moments in that last term, but they really did deserve to win, I think. They led for 3 of the quarters out of 4, and some of the desperate efforts by their defence is probably what impressed me the most.
Okay, what was the good? Let's talk about the good. What was the good? The forward line structure looks like it worked, and I thought the 4 new blokes who hadn't worn that jumper before were all fantastic.
Correct. I think Bradley Ebert, McCarthy's added a lot, no doubt about that. Chad Wingard, we're going to see some special things from him.
And Redden was nice.
And Redden, this is just great. The way he's jumped up out of the pre-season, I've got no doubt that winning an SNFL premiership last year has done his confidence the world of good. So, well done to him, and gave us a good start. Big gamble by Matty Primus in the third term to take Redden off, who'd done a very good job, put Roden on, and then rely on Daniel Stewart and Westhoff to carry the rucks. Daniel Stewart is just continuing to improve out of sight, and a great game by him. But the back line of Port Adelaide was outstanding, led by Surgeon, I thought. The 2 big pillars, Carlisle and Chaplin were excellent. And Hartlett just read everything on the back play. It really got him into the game. He ended up coming back as a loose and just reading in between Revolt and the play, and he did it so well, showed enormous courage like a lot of them did, and to get up by 4 points was so important.
What didn't you like?
Look, I think there were some moments that you mentioned that at times they still turned it over and then really got hurt. And over it went like a checkerboard, bang through the goals. That again is just something they've got to keep working on, that they've got to keep tight on that when they turn it over. Just keep concentrating when you're tired, and just don't let those little bits of skills or hand or foot errors hurt you like they can.
Can they back it up this weekend against the Bombers? I think they've got a good record against them.
They've got a good record against the Bombers, good at Etihad Stadium. They're always very close games. Bombers had a thriller themselves, only winning by 2 points, so who can get the most glucose in them to come up for this week will be the secret.
I've got a beef.
Yeah!
I've got a beef. Bones beef, we're going to call it, every week of 22 rounds. Jennifer's gripe, maybe we'll have that as well. the umpires for me. They annoy me. They over-umpire. They're overzealous. They're overpaid, and I'm over them at the moment. And the game has got so competitive, contested footy. I mean, it's a tough game now. The 50-metre penalty for a little touch, a little this, a little that, it's not in step with the game at the moment. It's got to go. They've got to do something about it.
You're going to have this beef for a long time. It's not going to change for a while. I tell you now, you're right. Hawthorn-Collingwood, great game, probably marred by that stuff.
Oh.
And I agree totally with you. It's something that you've got to get Geeshan out of the seat and you've got to go into it. And you be the boss of the umpires. That will solve the beef.
I'm not sure I agree with that. We'll agree to disagree on this one. We'll be back next week for a wrap of round 2. Everybody's happy this weekend.